Okay, so I haven't done an official AEW video yet because a lot of stuff has happened in a short amount of time. So we'll go first and foremost, we'll try to hit some of the high points of their rally. One, it had Pyro. Did it have technical glitches? Yeah, but for the first time they're going to run something, you expect technical glitches, which is fine. So we'll hit probably some of the bigger talking points. The pay. They mentioned equal pay. And then they had to declare because everyone's like, oh, everyone's making the same amount of money. No. It's tier based. If you're lower on the card, same amount, man or woman. Mid card, same amount, man or woman. Upper card, same man or woman. People do get on the E for there being a big pay disparity. Ironically, it's hard to find good sources, but the average male wrestler is making between $300,000 to $600,000 as a downside. That's their base. Don't know how much they're making per show. Don't know how much they're making on merchandise, but it's about 300 to 600 million, roughly. So, not that bad. The men have a tendency of signing multi-year contracts. And if you look at the women, I've seen numbers that say their base is about 200 to about 300,000. But with that, there's a really small number of women. And, the three highest paid ones, of course, Ronda Rousey. Then it's Charlotte or Nikki Bella, depending on where you're looking at. Ironically, if you look at those three, which would be their top women, they're actually, making significantly more than a large portion of the male roster. Some of that, too, is the women tend to sign rolling contracts. They're not signing a 3 to 5 year deal. They're signing, deals that they're not seeing increases until they actually do they shouldn't actually really negotiate and bargain through. And a lot of them haven't wrestled on in the big area, the big leagues, quote unquote, as long as some of the men have. So it's really not comparing apples and oranges. But AEW they don't have a legacy system. They're actually bringing in people fresh and going boom, 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 boom. We put you here. What AEW could do incredibly well, and the E isn't as good at this, is merchandising. John Cena makes a higher percentage off his merch than most everyone else there does. Some people make anywhere from 1 to 5%. A few people are making, I think I've read John is between 10 to 15%. So if you buy a John Cena shirt for $30, John's making $3 to $5 off that shirt. Where if you bought a $30 Sasha Banks shirt, she might be making maybe $1. So that's a huge pay disparity. If AEW goes, no, it's your shirt, you help design it, you get, say, a flat 10%. That way they just move the card to make more money, and as you move more merch, you make more money, which would be fine. They also mentioned limited dates, so they can wrestle a much more aggressive stock, not wrestling as often. Okay, all good things. Wins and losses will matter. Thank you. Oh. I don't like the fact that WWE, they've even said wins and losses don't matter. Well, if whoever wins or loses, the match doesn't matter, then it's hard to make the match matter. Oh, I'm winning this match so I can go on to go up the card, loser goes down the card. I really do wish that when 205 Live got rebranded, they would have actually done, okay, we're all at 0. Oh, as you win matches, you move up the card, higher up the cards you get to be in number contendership matches to take on the champion. Makes sense. If you're on a losing streak, you don't get that opportunity. I love the Cedric Alexander bit where he lost the title. He was like, I want my rematch straight. He was like, no, I want you to get your head straight and then challenge for the title. That was great. It was different. But I think those are some really good things. Now, recently come out and said they were giving you more, they're not going to micromanage. So instead, since Cody was raised in the era of, all right, I'm giving you 5 minutes to cut this promo, okay? You need to hit these 4 points. Yeah. The rest is all up to you. How you get to those points is up to you. Instead of, okay, here is the 40 lines of dialogue I want you to memorize. Instead of, here are the big parts to hit, fill in the gaps. which makes for much more organic sounding promos. Because it's not someone saying, here's what you're going to say, it's, here's the point, yeah? Just make the point. Oh. You know, I'm going to take your insert title at insert location on insert date. In the insert match. That's it. Everything else, it's you. I read one of his interviews where Cody said, you know, I'm hiring the band because I like the music. I'm not hiring the band and then go, you're great, now play this song instead. There'll probably be some of that just to make sure that everyone kind of coherently goes the same direction. Now, I'll talk on some of their roster. Pac, massive get, fantastic in the ring, and he's been tearing it up since he left the E. Super salty. I mean, the E treated him like garbage as he was leaving. And he went, okay. See what you're doing? I'm going to make you rue the day you've done any of this. Period. And a lot of it is, it's the Elite. Which is good. I hope I say now, looking at some of their original 5 that they picked out, Cody, the Bucks, Jericho, and Joey Janela. Probably think Joey Janela is a weird person around the top 5, but these people, they can go in the ring, but their real skills, we've seen them book shows, book talent, book venues, promote. That's huge. Effectively, you've got people who can work in the ring as well as do a lot of the stuff in the back of the house. Cody and the Bucks, they bankrolled everything for All In. They got all the talent together. They worked through, here's how the matches are going to flow. That was it. They did an amazing job. If you do that, here's again, we're not micromanaging everything that we're going to do, and said, here's where the goal is. Here's the steps we think we would take to get there. What are your thoughts? Okay. Here's the points to hit on your promo. We're going to give you 20 minutes to do a match. You can call it in the ring if you want to. You can work it out beforehand. Whatever you're comfortable with. Just go out there and do it. If it works well, great. If it sucks, we'll figure out how to make it work. It's good. The health insurance. They mentioned giving health insurance. Then they, since they're still working on the specifics, it's effectively like the E structure, where if you get hurt in the ring, E covers it. If you work a secondary job, which makes you a full-time employee for AEW, you will have insurance. Triple H has insurance. Stephanie has insurance. Vince, Shane have insurance. Anybody who does a producer role and on screen, in ring, has insurance because they're an actual employee, not an independent contractor. So maybe they'll do some more with that to give some sort of even like just if they could do a group coverage so they could have reduced rates, might not be that bad. Now, the host of names people who have thought about jumping. I've already read the whole Vince is scared of AEW. I think Vince probably knows of it. Vince hates competition, so he's probably apprehensive about it. But unlike in the past, when WCW was coming up, Vince had no money. WCW was flush with cash. Vince, flush with cash. That's why he hasn't done a spring cleaning in the past couple of years. Vince has cash. A lot of cash. So not that concerned. He just signed some pretty big money deals, and guess what? Vince is on his way out. I see Triple H being more concerned with this. Why? If your fear is NXT, NXT takes talent that they either homegrown or they pick some people out of the indies. Would you rather go to NXT for a shot of being on Raw or SmackDown? Or would you rather go to AEW? Or would you rather go to Impact? It also means, too, that the wrestlers who might have gone to NXT for a steady paycheck might now instead go to something like AEW or Impact, and they still want to go to WrestleMania, then all of a sudden they go to an NXT or a Raw or SmackDown, they're going to be worth a lot more money. Not going to hurt Vince currently, but in the long run it'll affect the company. Names of people who have been in contact. Jericho knows almost everyone on the WWE roster, as does Cody. The Young Bucks know a lot of them. They talk with each other on Twitter. I mean, there's a lot of them that just naturally talk to each other. I do think his contracts start to come up. You know, Goldust has mentioned he'd like to go to AEW. Makes sense. He'd be with his brother. Why wouldn't he? The Revival have mentioned wanting to go there. You know, I've heard talk of Ziggler, which maybe depends on what the contract looks like. It gives him flexibility to do more of his comedy thing. But currently his contract with the E is very flexible. So it might just be okay. I could see someone like Ryder. I heard people mention Balor. But I think Balor's happy where he's at because he's making a decent amount of money. But I think if they utilize him better, he'll probably be even more likely to stay. They're also talking to me like, whenever who's not happy, like, oh, Rusev is going to jump now. Maybe they'll pick up Goldberg. There's a lot of guys who are just kind of on the outer crust of the E. If they're not being used well, they're probably making decent money. And they want to bet on themselves and go to AEW, or they're rather than the WWE, where it's a steady paycheck. I might not be as fulfilled intellectually and creatively, but I'm fulfilled financially. Maybe they're cool with that. There could be a lot of concern to it. There hasn't been an official announcement of a television contract. See, I'm winking. See the winking? Winking. And currently, ROH and New Japan are reluctant to form a relationship with AEW, which makes sense. You want to see what they're going to do before you start to try to get in bed with them, which makes sense. So, I would say I'm cautiously optimistic. I know people have already said, like, oh, this is going to be fantastic, it's going to really affect the WWE. Maybe. Everything that I've read currently have more or less said that we're looking at them probably having a television deal probably fully done and finalized close to October, maybe on a Tuesday. So they're waiting for SmackDown to jump to another network and onto another time, which would be Friday, and then filling in that gap of Tuesday, which makes sense. It's a ready-made gap for professional wrestling fans. WWE is moving to a different night. It puts a void right there. It's a great place to put it.